Hey, hi, hello, hi, hello, hey, hi, and I'm here today offering some random ass tips that I wish that I had had access to when I was younger for resume building, or I guess job searching in general. This is just going to be a quick and dirty thing. I'm just going to list them and why I think they're important, and then that's it. It's a very simple thing, quick video. First of all, the issue of targeting. This would be tip number one. When I was growing up, a lot of the time people would say that you need to write resumes and cover letters that are geared towards the business that you are applying to. I feel like this is decent advice, but I also feel like job searching nowadays in modern times is a bit more of a numbers game than it used to be. People are using apps like Indeed and Glassdoor, and that might be a little outdated, in order to apply for jobs, and there's more of a mass apply idea going around than there is a small mom and pop, I apply, I call, I follow up, and then I shake your hand and meet face to face. It also depends on the position that you're shooting for. If you're looking for something in management, then yes, you might want to target the application and cover letter. That's a little different these days because bigger companies often hire external managers through the same process that they hire ground level people, because they have those assessments and they will check up your references just sort of from a people management app in general. So really, when you have a direct point of contact to a manager and you're applying for a higher level position, those are the times when you're going to want to target your resume and or cover letter. The second rando tip that I have for you today is length and depth. Now, resumes in my olden days are typically expected to only be one page. I cannot imagine a resume these days, a person's background that would fit onto one page. I typically will go for the last 10 years of employment history, and I will typically only summarize up to a paragraph of my duties and responsibilities. That's enough. They don't need much more than that. They can interview you for the rest of the information, and again, it helps with the targeting aspect. You can add a little bit more flavor to the cover letter that's geared towards the business you're applying to, or you cannot, leave it short and sweet, but take as many pages as you need. It can be 10 pages if you need it to be. And this is just a little thing from me in my days as a manager. I would very infrequently read an entire resume. I would take a quick look at some of their more recent jobs, so really polish that stuff off, and I would also take a look at their relevant skills, and most of that stuff just kind of comes out in the interview. Honestly, I would practice more for interviews than I would for writing your resume. Quick and dirty. Third tip, or I guess thing I just wanted to talk about, are your expectations. Now, that's a tough one for a lot of people to wrap their heads around, but if you use the very simple philosophy that you are the most important person in your life, then you can leverage that into the ability to say no to positions that you should not take. I think that a lot of young people, especially people who have new families or who are married or getting married or are in the prospects of going to college or have all these ideas, things they want to do, ambitions, the pressure's on to get a job and to get a career started as soon as possible so that you can get as high up a position as possible. And I think that it's going to do you a lot better in the long run to learn how to say no to companies that could potentially undercut you or try to limit the benefits that you start with, or if they are a non-union shop at a big corporation and they're trying to sell you on the idea that you don't need to organize, or if they have these rules against discussing wages. If you see any of these red flags, which I guess I can make a video on that as well, you should definitely run, and you should feel comfortable saying no, even if it seems like a decent job. If it's not something that you can see yourself doing in a couple of years, say no. That falls under expectations. The other thing that I would say for expectations is that you have to also realize that these companies need you more more than you need them. And I know that that doesn't sound true. I know that these companies are huge and that they have a lot of positions and that there are a lot of jobs out there, but the overarching philosophy that these jobs need us more than we need them is just a good way for society to behave so that we can hold these companies accountable in case they try to take advantage of workers, which I think we see a lot of in modern job searching these days. There's a lot less person-to-person contact and a lot more an AI is figuring this out, or an assessment is what's going to either get me or deny me a job. And the transparency isn't open enough so that we have active oversight and accountability for these particular considerations. And you pay a fee to a company. As a company, you pay a fee to these middleman HR companies that will then represent your interests, but you don't know necessarily what the quality of work is unless you're there to observe it. And a lot of people hire these third parties so that they don't have to observe it, so that they don't have to be there and do the HR paperwork. So I would say set your expectations fairly, find the job that suits you, and be able to say no. You are the most important person in your life. And what I mean when I say that is that you need to consider your needs first, and then you can consider the people around you. And that's sort of a good philosophy for your family. Like, it's like a put your mask on before you put your kid's mask on kind of thing. You know, you can't save your kids if you're dead. Well, that is 3, I guess, tips or just random things I wanted to mention about building your resume or searching for jobs. I hope that I helped at least one person out there. My future intentions are to get a Fiverr gig or a website where I can sell my services as a resume consultant or a resume builder or something like that. Stay tuned for a link. But for now, you can go ahead and email me. I will put an email either in the description or somewhere on the screen around somewhere. And you can just get a hold of me and ask me any kind of questions you need about job hunting. I like doing little tip videos about job searching, so maybe I'll do more of this stuff. So if you stay tuned to the end of the video, then thank you very much. And I look forward to posting some more spicy tips for, all right. That's about all I got for you.